Heidi Bretz with the OpenStack Foundation, and we're here at OSCON 2013. And I'm joined by Jared Smith, who's Director of Open Source Outreach at Bluehost, and Mark Collier, who's COO of the OpenStack Foundation. And we're here to talk today about how Bluehost is using OpenStack, and we've got a bunch of questions for you, and we want to hear all about it.
Awesome. So we've been using OpenStack for quite a while now, the last several months. Really started out building our own internal private cloud for some architectural changes we were making inside our data centers, and it just grew and grew from there. And we're right now, as far as I know, one of the largest OpenStack deployments.
How big is this thing?
This thing's over 17,000 nodes, and that was as of a few months ago. I think we're probably over 20,000 nodes at this point.
Wow, like you're talking about physical nodes, right?
Physical nodes.
20,000 host machines. That is incredible. I mean, that's got to be one of the largest OpenStack clouds in the world.
It's the largest one I've ever heard of.
That's incredible. And we met you at the OpenStack Summit, actually here in Portland back in April, and it's amazing. We were talking earlier about how in open source, you don't always know who's using your software until you run into them at a conference. So it's great to hear you.
That's one of the reasons these conferences are so great, because you get to meet the people behind the project and see the unique ways that people are deploying your software in different environments.
That's really cool. And what, I guess, made you select OpenStack? There's a lot of different ways you can build clouds, and how did you end up making that decision?
Our software engineers really sat down and took a hard look at all the different software platforms that were available, all the open source contenders, and we did a small micro deployment of each one of those in our data center, and then put some real world loads on them and see how they behaved. And OpenStack bubbled to the top as the best contender, and for our particular workloads especially. And that's not to say we didn't have some scaling issues along the way. When you try to take OpenStack and scale it to 17,000 nodes, it's obviously, there's some places where we ran into a little friction, but we were able to, because it's open source and because it's got such a great community, we were able to interact with the community, get some patches written to help when we found those pain points, we were able to work around them and write patches and give those back to the community and make those work.
And you mentioned giving back to the community, and I understand you're starting to increase a lot of those that engagement and really contributing upstream from your real world experience running such a large deployment.
We really are. Over the last couple of months, we've put a lot of effort in getting all our changes to Nova pushed back upstream into Nova. We're working. We'll be once we get those pieces wrapped up, but at least for this initial phase, we'll be working with the Quantum team and some of the other teams within OpenStack to push our other changes. We've got a custom storage driver that we've written that we'll be trying to push upstream as well. So we've got several different pieces that we've been working on that have helped us to scale, and we want to make sure that we can help other people do that same thing.
That's great. And I mentioned we met you at the last summit, and our next summit's coming up in Hong Kong on November 5th through the 8th. So hopefully we'll see you there as well.
We're hoping to be there. We've submitted a couple of talks. Some of our developers have submitted talks to speak there, and we're going to try to be a sponsor as well.
Well, I can tell you, after the last summit, many people came up to me and said, "You've got to see this Bluehost talk. You're not going to believe what they're doing with OpenStack." And we had video of it on our website and went back and checked it out, and was just excited to run into you today here at OSCON and learn about it.
It's been exciting from our standpoint as well, because we didn't know we were going to be the largest deployment. When we started out, we just said, hey, we need a private cloud internally, and what are we going to use, and we just build on that, and it's really, really grown.
So how big are you going to be by the summit?
I don't know the numbers. I don't keep track of them day to day. I'm so focused on help the open source community, push our changes back upstream, that I'm not the bean counter counting the number of deployments. But when we come to the summit, we'll have a number for you.
We're looking forward to that.
We'll track down some better metrics.
Well, thank you very much. It's great to spend a few minutes with you here at OSCON today.
It's great to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. See you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks.